Witt's house. It's July 17th, 2004. We're here with the Witt brothers, and just say your name and age.
George Robert, I'm 64.
Jim Witt, I'm 67.
67. So everybody's admitting to the short end of their age. I'll be 70 this year, but I'm not quite there yet.
Real
Guys
good
were
guy.
younger. Did you play together as brothers, or did you
No,
have all
me and
different
Jim
friends,
did
or
now.
how did that work?
When we were young enough.
Yeah, we played together.
I think we did.
Yeah. The only thing that made me mad was, and he wasn't interested, but he could pass a football farther than anybody. He could kick the football farther than anybody. Knocked a ball over. Remember when you knocked the ball over the telephone? I don't know what kind of game we had there.
Yeah.
And he wasn't that interested in playing, except on occasions. And I wanted to be, you know, the good kicker and all that, good passer and everything. But Jerry had a lot of good natural talent when he was a
I'll
kid.
tell you how smart we were. We used to play cork ball with a golf ball. That's
Yeah,
the
that
truth.
was
We
bad.
had many bruises.
That was bad.
So if you didn't play, what did you do?
We played some sports. We played pickup games of football over at the football field,
Yeah.
the high school football field. We played football. We played corkball. I caddied for many years as a very young guy and occasionally played golf.
Yeah, we had 2 golf courses by our house.
I
One-
didn't really
one was a
start
country
sports till I
club
was a
built in.
graduate
Well, yeah.
student, and I played in 2 softball leagues.
But when we go up to the old football field, he could get out 30 or 40-yard line and drop kick a football over the field goal.
I'll
And
take your
you
word
don't
for it.
remember that?
No.
And there was nobody that could outkick.
You always would talk about him too, reading and doing things.
Well, I knew where you were going with that, and I was going to get to it. As soon as he got through with that. Yes, our little brainchild here went through the encyclopedias about 2.5, 3 times. And but the one thing that really and that was all smarts and everything, but they had a TV program, $64,000 question, and you and Dad would get there in the front room and watch that show, and one or the other would almost always answer the question on somebody else's category.
Who, Dad
Very
was?
seldom, yes. And that's when I realized how smart. I knew my brother was smart, but I realized how smart my dad was.
Well read.
And
Both
my
parents
dad-
read a lot.
My dad was very, very, very intelligent, and well, he took his Latin from. My dad's
I took
Latin
Latin from the
teacher
same
was the
teacher
same
that taught
teacher
my
that
father.
Jerry took Latin from.
What's some of the memories that really stand out, or what comes to mind when you think about Grandma and Grandpa?
Ooh.
Anything stand out, or?
Well, Dad, I'll tell you what, it surprised my dad is when he got into photography. I never seen my dad become interested in any one thing so fast and so much as he did into photography. And once he got into it, he went into it, with both
Built a
arms
dark
wide
room
open.
and
Yeah.
installed all the equipment for
Well,
developing
he went out
film,
and-
enlarging print.
You two used to get together, and you guys we thought you
Well,
was speaking some foreign language.
Jerry started photography, and then I started. We had a little contact printer, and we had a little room we made off the side of the basement steps, and I thought we were doing great. But then Dad got into it, and we got a big enlarger, and we got the bigger dark room and everything, and then I couldn't do anything right, so I got out of it eventually.
So you guys actually started before him?
Yes,
I
he
did.
started.
Jerry
He actually
did.
started
Jerry
it.
started
and-
it.
Well, how old would you have been then, you think?
Oh, I got my first camera about 12 or 13. Went through a series of cameras.
Do you remember what the first one was?
The first one was a Kodak Pony.
Not a brownie.
No. And then after that, I had a Voigtlander, a folding camera. And then they started getting better. I had a twin lens reflex. And after that, and this was in the
Yeah.
service, I got a Leica 3F and a Rolleiflex. Yeah. And I used to use a speed graphic occasionally from the newspaper.
You were on the Tatler staff for a while, took pictures.
Yeah, if
Uh,
it wasn't for the darkroom, I probably wouldn't be taking pictures. That's kind of where I got my first taste of that was
Who,
at
Grandpa?
Grandpa's darkroom.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He,
I left first,
Yeah.
52, volunteered during the Korean War. Fortunately, they didn't choose to send me there, but my interest was photography at that point, and I figured the Air Force, being an intelligent branch of the service, will put me into photography. I'll get out and go with the GI Bill, the School of Modern Photography in New York, and so of course they put me in electronics.
He's putting those down.
I'd had no
He's
science in
too
high
easy.
school, so they put me in electronics. I loved it and used the GI Bill to ultimately become a physicist, and after 24 years as an academic, I came back to the service 24 years ago as a civilian. And still doing it and still loving it.